they're like, all I was doing was, and they were laughing at me. I was like, I had so much fun. And then once I do this and we are talking, then I'll go on my Facebook and add it onto. And then once I do this, okay, Laura, we are here.
Happy Wednesday. Here we are, girls, today. We're so excited. We had such a great weekend. But I just want to know, I hope everybody's having a great day. It looks like it's really nice. I know it's hot outside, but that's where you got to get to the pool. But Deb, want to talk a little bit about what we did this weekend and how much fun it was?
Okay, guys, I am so excited to tell you this because this has been a long time coming, and I'm so proud of Lori for this.
Oh,
So we went to this Greek fest that was in Oak Lawn, and one of the bands, which we love all our bands, but one of the bands that we follow is Strung Out, and we went to go see them some play, and it was Lori and I were sitting there, and we were both like, dancing in our chairs and stuff. And Lori's like, we need to dance, and I'm like, okay. So this is the first time that Lori and I have got up and danced together in years because of all the stuff that Lori's done. And she had set a goal and said that I'm in dance again. And, a lot of people viewing her would say, oh, there's no way. And what did she do? She completely pulled it off. And at the very end of this Greek Fest, which I hope those two women watch us. I really do. Two women walked up to us, and this one lady goes to Lori, well, both of them did. I'm so impressed and so proud of what you did. You were just such a great example because she had her little walker that she brought up there that has a chair in it, which is so convenient because then she put her purse in there and then I get to put my purse on top of there. And she had it right there. And so people knew that she had something going on. They don't know what it was, right? And so, oh my God. So of course we invited these two ladies. So if those ladies do end up joining, they need to do a shout out to us. But the reason I want to explain this all is it's very significant about one of the topics that we're going to talk about today, because Lori had said, and we looked at each other and she said, we're going to talk about the latest workout that she implemented that has gotten her farther now in her journey of getting healthier. And when we talk about the stuff we talk about for the health and wellness of you, and we talk about you're never too old to start a plan. This is our whole message today. Okay. You're never too old. So many people think like, oh, I can't do that. I can't. There are ways, no matter what your situation is, what your ability or disability or what you're able to do, there's a way that you can what's the word I'm looking for, like that you can improvise slash create a way. And with that, Laura, I'm turning to you to say that I had so much fun. Yes, my feet hurt like heck, and it was worth every pain in my bones.
paint catch on and it worked right away. So that's good. That's something you gotta talk to Deb about. You could send her a message. Those patches are awesome.
Can
Uh,
you volume it up a little bit? Is it possible?
yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
good.
You can
Good.
hear me better now.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
guys, I just want to talk about I've been doing water aerobics exercises since 1991 when I first was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And, I started years ago where it was just like doing laps and stuff like that. But throughout the years, they've done a lot of different things. But now it's so huge because they're finding out that everybody could do this. This is so good for you. It's so good for, you could anybody, any size, okay? You could be anywhere from 100 pounds to 400 pounds or whatever. And you could get in that water and you could move. And so I started going back to LA Fitness because I noticed that my walking needs to be more consistent. And in the pool, I feel like $1 million. I feel like a ballerina in there. I could do anything in the pool. I really can. And you don't have the impact like you do when you're out of the water or if you try to do exercises. Like, my big issue with my problems is balance. And a lot of
Mhm.
people, like senior citizens or even younger people that have issues, the water is great because you have balance in there. You don't, and it's great. And there's all different kinds of things that you could do in the pool. Now you could take a class and, going back to the whole thing about, I'm not just gonna, I'm talking about seniors right now. You could check with your insurance companies, and you could get free memberships with, they call it silver sneakers. And,
Hmm.
they'll pay for your membership. I mean, you could get a membership at a very expensive place, like I had at Lifetime Fitness. It was a very posh, beautiful place. I think the membership was like $100. They paid for it because they had silver sneakers. But I had to move to a place that was closer to me so I could try to go every day. And so I moved to the other one with no problem, and I'm not paying for it. So I'm trying to take advantage of it. And, like I said, there's so much you could do with the water aerobics. I mean, you could jog in the water, you could use a kickboard in the water. And we're gonna go over some of the options of what they'll help you with this sheet that I gave Debbie about what you could do in the water. And you don't have to be in a class to do this. Now, yesterday I was in the pool for an hour by myself, and I did a lot of this stuff myself. First of all, let me just say this, Deb, and then we'll go through all the different
Hmm.
options.
Yeah.
There are actually water barbells, okay? I
Hmm.
don't have mine anymore. They got old and I threw them out. The facilities have them, okay? So you don't have to buy them. But you can go on Amazon or you can go on anything and you could buy them. I'll put a picture of them on our Facebook page so you could see what they look like. And they're in the picture of the advertisement with the ladies. Okay. And what they are is they're made of foam, but when you put them in the water, they're heavy and they pull resistance when you're doing arm stuff because it's like doing barbells, like weights and stuff. So it's just great. I would suggest that people look into it. So we want to talk about some cardio options that people
Absolutely. I mean, I think this is really awesome. I think first of all, in anything that you do, you got to start off like slow. You can't feel like you can do and look and view around and watch the expert people out there doing stuff. So you got to start slow. So one of the best things is to do water walking,
can.
back and forth, forward, sideways. You are still toning and working your muscles just as much as you would do if you were doing it on the pavement outside. Only it is a little bit more difficult when you're pushing through. So it's actually giving you a really good workout. So I think that's phenomenal to look at. Also, jogging in place. I mean, you can do that as much as you can. Like say you feel up to doing, and so jogging in place, and there are like organized classes. Like Lori, you're going to some organized classes. I know other people that have.
Stuff on my own too because I
Yeah,
know what the classes do
right.
and stuff. Speaking about water walking, if you use music in the place where you're at, that's awesome. But I actually, everybody knows I'm a prayer warrior. I do the rosary in the water and while I'm walking in the water, or I do some kind of prayers. It keeps my concentration level, and it's great. It's just like if you're walking outside. Unfortunately, unless you have something that's um, waterproof or something, I would not suggest to wear earphones or anything.
Yeah, they may make ones for the water, who knows? I don't know, but
I don't know.
so so we covered that. We covered jog in place, jumping jacks. That's another one. Rocking horse, and you're doing it with both legs out and back and forth. Tuck jumps, squat jumps, tic-tacs. I'm not sure what tic-tacs is, but do you know what tic-tacs is?
Seeing your legs back
Oh,
and
oh, 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 okay.
forth.
Ski jumps, side to side, scissor kicks. Hopefully a lot of you have taken some kind of swimming lessons or swam when you were a kid, and think about the stuff you did when you were a kid. They've got those nice uh, they're thin boards or whatever.
Yeah,
Hold those in front and do like where you're kicking and going. You don't have to get your face, and
they're
all that in the
available
water.
too. They're available at the pools too.
Yeah, definitely. Lord, you want to go to upper body strength? Because I know we were just talking about this weekend.
Right, noodle or hop or the dumbbells. That's what they call them, the dumbbells. I don't use the noodle, but I've seen people use them, and you can get those at the dollar store.
Yeah.
the whole idea of the triceps with the water and, here, I'll stand up a little bit. You could do like this in the water. I don't know if you could see me like
Yeah.
this with the water with the barbells. And you could do this in the water with the barbells. All that is upper body strength, And sometimes the leaders of the class, or you can do it on your own. You could have the barbells out of the water and walk with it
Mhm.
like this. And there's a lot of upper body strength. It's amazing what you could do in the water. Like I said, I think the greatest thing is that you feel like you're like everybody else. Like,
Right.
you have a weight issue or you're disabled in some ways. You could do stuff in there, and that's why I encourage people to do it because, and you know what else they have, Deb? They have ways of putting handicapped people in the pool that can't walk. They have, I don't know what you would call it, but they have a thing you sit on, and it's like a crank thing, and it puts you in the water. They have those available for people.
Right.
Because there was a time when I could not walk and I could not go downstairs in a pool. And I had to have somebody do that for me. And it
Mhm.
was great, and then they were able to take me out. So there's a lot of ways people could get in there in the pools. Let me see here. Push-ups on the wall, and that
Yeah.
is, you're on the wall and you're pushing back and forth, okay? And same thing with your triceps. And your
Mhm.
chest and back with the dumbbell, everything with the upper strength of the wall and everything some classes, that's all they work on is
Right.
like upper body strength. Some
Right.
classes might be more, So you go on the next one, Debbie.
Sure. Lower body. So the same thing like lower body, straight leg kicks, forward, side, back, holding on the wall for stability, or a noodle for your core challenge, So, you can again make up your own little routine or team
Right.
up with people, and it's always fun if you can. Like Lori listens to, her prayers and stuff and does her prayers, but like if you can get some music or if there's some music around it, it definitely helps. Deep water kicks with float belt or treading water. So now this is good, a float belt or one of those like boards that you could paddle with. Those are great, and you can do a lot of those things. Bicycle on a noodle. That I'll tell you what, that takes some balance, but the water, will help you, So makes you just feel like you're moving all like you're getting a good stretch everywhere too, because you're moving a bunch of places. And then tuck jumps, squat jumps, knee highs. All of these are very basic, but it's
Yeah.
so simply it's necessity. I mean, this is on something that's called Aqua Water Ideas. It's a PDF that we got offline, and it says always listen to your body and omit those exercises that don't work for you. So if you've got anything that's happening, but if you do, you pick 10 of these exercises, it says, and you perform each one for a minute. It's a 10-minute workout if you want. And a 10-minute workout to start off with is phenomenal, and build it up. And then maybe you're a good swimmer and you want to swim a little bit, then come back and do a little bit more, so you're kind of like varying it. You're not getting, I don't want to say bored, but too much in the same
Yeah.
routine.
Right.
Because honestly, changing up your workout routine and changing the things you do is actually very good for your body because you're not always doing the same thing, same muscles, same groups of muscles and stuff. So that is good. Laura, you want to go on to the core area? That's a good one
Just want to
too.
say a couple things. The
Oh,
pools
sure.
are not, most of the pools that do this are not more than 4.5 feet. Maybe it's 3 something on the ends and it goes to 4.5 feet. But it's not really deep, so you could walk the whole
Yeah.
thing. And that's really great. And you're gonna find when you go in that there's a lot of people that are in there doing that. And there's no way, I'm telling you, that you could do some of these exercises out of water. I mean, there's
Right.
no way you could do some of these tucking ones. There's no way. But you
No.
could do them in water, and that's what's so fascinating. Here, mountain climbers on the wall. This is for your core. I'm reading some of these, and torso rotation with your
Mhm.
balls. It's like this. It's like doing the twist in the
Yep.
water.
Yep.
usually, depending on the teacher, some of them might do it for the count of 100,
Mm-hmm.
or they do it a count of 50. Some do it a count of 30, but they'll, you listen and the lady will either be on a microphone, microphone, or she'll be just screaming in the pool, and everybody follows the directions. Knees to the chest, that's a really good one. And you hold on to your chest in the water, and it's great. There's another one that's not on here, and that is you like jump like you're a frog.
Mm-hmm.
You're like doing this in the water, like you're jumping. Your front body is going, and then your knees are coming tucked underneath you and going out. So you're like a frog. You think about a frog while they do a
Mm-hmm.
little toe. Um, wood chops. It's like this wood chops with the water, and the thing is the twist and everything. But it's really neat when there's music. I don't know what it is, but it gets you so motivated to do things. And it's the one great thing about being in a classes, and especially with women that don't normally do exercising. They're so excited. They're yelling the count, and when they're
Yeah.
done crawling, they're clapping or saying, "Yay, we did it." And then the whole thing about getting ready to go in the pool, people are getting all excited and everything. The other day, there was a woman, and she reminded me of me. She was walking to get in the pool, and she was walking on the side of the pool, and she could barely walk, and she was walking with a cane. And she had a hard time going down the stairs. Remember those days? And she got out of the pool and she could do everything. And then you get out of the pool and then you're like crippled again. But at least when you're in the pool, you feel great. And I really, really believe, Debbie, that the reason why I was able to dance the other day was because of walking in the water and getting my balance established. I'm just at that point right now where I'm working on balance. So I know that's why I was able to dance the other night.
Can I ask you a question? How often do you think for you it's going to do how many days a week? Is
Well,
the
I'm trying to go every day because it's right around the corner and I'm disabled, I don't work. But and they have classes at night too.
okay.
They have them, you have to look at your schedules, but if you work, they have night ones. I would suggest to go 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or
Okay.
2 a week, depending on what your schedule is of the facility. But I haven't gone the night one yet. But I go to the morning one. It's at 9. It's only not even an hour. I think it's 55 minutes to an hour. And by the time you get dressed, take a shower and everything, get ready, it's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours between the time you get there and everything. I like to get there early so I'm all ready for it, and I get a spot in the pool so I could hear the lady talking. But yeah, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And
We lost your video, so we have your pretty picture. There you are. Okay, so I have a question. I know the answer, I think. Okay, but I think that you can explain. So when you've consistently been going and then you haven't gone, do you feel you notice a big difference? Oh no, I didn't go a day, the next day you don't feel as well kind of thing because your body, like you've been doing it, and kind of thing.
totally agree. Yes, it is. And like I said, it loosens everything up. So your body's able to move, especially if you have like arthritis and everything. Now, mind
Mhm.
you, we're not experts on this, like we talked
Right,
about.
right.
But for me, if you have arthritis or anything, moving in the water, you're able to move those parts of your body. And the best part about it is the water is cool. So
Yeah,
you don't break out in a sweat in the water.
right.
I mean, you might, I don't know, but you don't. Your body's cool the whole time.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's too
that's
cool,
awesome.
but the more you move around, the better it is. Do you have any other questions?
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's just a really good, I mean, I just feel like if you have the ability to go to an outdoor pool, yay, because obviously that's awesome, this time of year. But I think that it's definitely something that's very attainable for a lot of people. Now, if you don't have a situation, just really look around, if you and find in your area, your community, what they offer. I do know that a lot of pools, if you don't have the silver sneakers yet on your insurance, they do give senior discounts, which is great if you're over 60 now. Like everybody, the age is 60, 62, 65. It's just whatever, but just always look. And there's times where it's 55. I've seen things that they've given discounts for. So I think it's a really good alternative. I think people need to think of. And don't you think, Laura, too, when after someone has any surgical procedure and they're healed enough, because they have to be healed enough before they can go into chlorinated water, that they can amp up their healing with some water therapy, possibly even some hot tub stuff, you know?
Which doesn't have a hot tub, but there are other facilities do. The hot tubs are great.
Yeah.
Yes, my doctors, all my doctors, my team of doctors are so excited when I tell them I'm in the water again.
Yeah.
They know that's a great way for me to get healthier faster. Because think about it, when you're on machines and everything, and mind you, I do some bike riding bikes and the machines, but when you're on those machines outside in the health club, you could fall and get hurt.
Hmm.
Things can happen to you in the pool, but they're rare. If you know what I mean, if you
Right.
slip when you're doing an exercise in the pool, you're not going to really get hurt because you're in water. And another thing I gotta tell you, there are guys in the class. It's not women.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys taking these classes now. I think they're realizing how great it is for their body to be in the water.
And I just think that if people again just think don't put that like notation on your mind that I'm older and I cannot do this and I where am I going to start? You got to get the encourage you got to encourage yourself. And what's the old saying? There's so many different phrases, but if you do something consistently, I think it's 90 days, but even for 30, even a week, and you start to feel the impact it makes, it's almost like you get that, like, adrenaline that you wanna do it, like, "Oh, I don't wanna miss that workout because I know it's gonna make me feel better," you know? So, I hope this encouraged a lot of people because Lori, it certainly is, like, a huge encouragement that I see from what you've accomplished, and I think everything happens for a reason in life, right? And here we are trying to help others, and that's good, you know? So
You know what? And it's just such a great feeling when you get out of there. You really do feel good from the water and stuff. And you can walk a little bit better afterwards, like I can move my arms really good now.
Mhm.
I mean, there was a time I couldn't even do that stuff.
Right,
So,
right.
it's a progress. And Debbie knows this, and I'm going to put it out there. I am going to have probably 2 more surgeries. We'll talk about that later. But I know now that I could recover from them.
Mhm.
I recovered from very hard surgeries.
Right.
So I'm going to have to go through the steps again, which you guys could follow me with it. But you could see I'm optimistic about my recovery. And I know it's going to be a lot faster.
Well, may I say this, that you know how to prep better
Yeah,
to get your body ready for it, and then you know what the healing process is, and then when you can, you implement what you've done in the past, and then you're like 10 steps ahead than if you wouldn't have done that. I mean, it's huge. It's huge, you know? So anyways, but with that, Laura, I think like I think we covered just about all that we wanted to. We just want to say we're going to be like promoting all the summer fests and where we're going, what we're doing. Please invite people to our site. We love this, to our group, I should say. We have to accept them and we know that they can ask to be invited or we can invite them. You, if you're a member, you can invite them. And then just wanted to say that everybody have a fantastic weekend. And I'm just going to turn it back to you, Laura. Can you close us out?
I did put a video on there from YouTube that has an hour class on there.
Ooh, cool.
Turn it on and look at what they do in the classes. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but you can get an idea of the class. I found one on YouTube, so I put it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Great. You guys have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. Go out and hear some concerts, dance, have fun. And with that, I'm gonna say, I'm Lori.
And I'm Debbie.
We're friends helping friends. You take care now. God
Take
bless.
care, guys. Bye-bye.